Welcome back to my channel, Destiny Vibes with me, JFO. I have been studying what I like to call the divine zodiac for close to 30 years. And in that journey, I created my own unique system that I call Destiny Vibes. Now, destiny is your movie script. It is not who you are. You are a beautiful soul, right? But it is this divine love letter from God in the sky on the day you were born. And it is your movie script that tells you how amazing you are and the movie you're playing and the character you're playing and all of that. And we can use it in so many ways to help you tell the best stories about your life. But the vibes part is where your free will comes in. And that's my other channel, Sexy Fit Love with JFO, where we are doing conscious creation and manifestation really based in Jesus and Neville Goddard's work and so much more. So go over there and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed here too. But I want you to understand that it's two parts, right? The vibes part is where your free will comes in. So everything in the divine zodiac is neutral. Every theme is neutral, okay? But I want to talk to you about how you can learn the 12 themes, because the 12 themes explain everything. They explain the houses of the astrological birth chart. I can't talk today. So yeah, they explain the houses, they explain the planets, they explain the themes, right? And I always like to say it's like a 3-layered cake. So for example, I'll use my chart as an example. In my beautiful Hero's Journey roadmap in the sky on the day I was born, the sun was in the theme of Sagittarius. So the sun is representative of the themes of Leo. So we've got Leo, then we've got Sagittarius, and then we've got the house of Pisces because it's in the 12th house for me. So as you can see, I would read that Leo. So you understand the 3-layered cake. So Leo, Sag, Pisces. I am literally reading 3 themes together. That is a very, very, very advanced part of the way I read a birth chart. Now, another piece of that is I also am seeing what side of the chart is it on. That's my special system, right? So is it on the destiny side or is it on the comfort zone side? For me, it's on the comfort zone side. So again, someone could also have that Leo planet of the sun in Sagittarius in the Pisces house, but have that on their destiny side. And then it would be a totally different reading. So my system is so complex. It's so amazing. But in order to truly, truly understand it and be able to really read personality the way that I do and learn astrology the right way, you need to break down the signs and I like to call them the themes, or you can call them the signs, of course, but the themes of how we explain them. And we explain them with my zodiac formula. So this week, we're going to break it down with the stages. Stay tuned for next week when we're going to break it down with the qualities and the elements coming up in the following week. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed. So there are 3 stages, and this follows the journey of a human life. So when you are born, all you care about is your survival needs. When you're a baby, all you care about is sleeping, pooping, eating, crying, laughing. Not much more, right? So when you're a baby, all you care about is your survival needs. Then as you grow up, you start to form relationships, and now you're a little bit more socially connected. Now you want to understand who's who in your classroom, when you're in school, and et cetera, et cetera. And then you eventually get married and all of that, right? So the social aspect. And then as you get older, now you start to question the meaning of life. You start to see the bigger picture. You start to think, ooh, like one day I'm going to die. What is this thing called life, right? And so that's the spiritual stage. So it really follows the evolution of growth as a human. I always like to say the divine zodiac is so powerful because it can be, just by itself, it could be a syllabus to understand the meaning of life. It really, really can. It's powerful, but it's also the divine technology we use to understand your personality, the way God wired you. It is so cool. And popular astrology has really ruined it, especially for Christ-centered men and women. So if you are, let me know in the comments below, because I am a Christian astrologer. I truly believe that we need to redeem this topic and put it into the hands of Christ-centered men and women, because, we're obsessed with the Enneagram, but this was created by God. No one could put this in the sky on the day you were born, right? So let's break the stages down. Now, before I dive into the stages, I want you to go grab your free destiny. It is totally free. You don't even have to put your name and email in to find your destiny theme and your comfort zone theme. Just go to itstotallyyourdestiny.com and you can access it. And my 8-minute destiny training if you want. But then, of course, you can put your birthday information in, and I will send you a birthday message every year on your birthday. And you can get a free video on your destiny and comfort zone themes. I say that because when I am about to go through the stages, I don't want you to think that this is describing you, because you really have to understand your whole entire love letter, your whole entire blueprint, and you have to understand it from your destiny, okay? But get it in the comments below or in the caption below so you can learn it. Now, let's dive deep. So, survival stage signs are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. And what's super cool, and we're going to talk about the elements in a few weeks, but what's super cool is each stage houses an element. So Aries is the survival fire sign, right? It's the only fire sign that's in the survival stage, right? And then same with Taurus. Taurus is the only earth sign in the survival stage. And then Gemini is the only air sign. And then Cancer is the only water sign. So as you can see, it's really, really cool because you have one of each. So you have fire, earth, air, water in each stage. And I love that because that is one way we could take the elements, for example, and really understand the difference between all fire signs, all air signs. We do it with the stages. So let's explain it. So the survival signs are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and survival is all about narrow focus, okay? Survival stage signs, what they're best at, of course, is how to provide the survival needs, right? They're very focused. They're very narrow in their focus. Whereas Aries is a fire survival, it is pure adrenaline. It is pure, I am going to win. I am going to be a champion, right? Aries is the number one sign of the zodiac cycle. It is the fiery survival, right? And so there's literally no other theme in the zodiac that is fire sign with survival other than Aries. So it's very, very, very special, okay? So I would say Aries just charges through. So whether it's potentially maybe they are in the military, maybe they're in a job where they're going into a burning building as a firefighter, right? Or maybe it's on the other side of things where they're an athlete, or maybe they're like the top sales dog, if you will, right? It's just I'm gonna win, I'm gonna charge through, and I am going to literally be a champion, okay? Then you've got Taurus, that is the survival earth. So of course they're all about the money and providing the stability and providing the security. Then you have Gemini, which is the survival air, and that's all about winning and selling with the mind. Okay, so Geminis, that's why they're known as the salesman or the saleswoman, right? Because they're going to spin, they're going to schmooze, they're going to sell, or they might just be really witty, but they're going to use words to survive. So that's another way that we can look at Geminis is they're really the editors of the zodiac, right? They don't really care about the huge fun story. They just want to make sure that the punctuation's good. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, if you're a Gemini and this doesn't explain you, don't you worry because the signs aren't people. The signs are just the themes, right? So Gemini are going to survive using words. And last but not least, Cancer is the emotional survival sign. And that usually is representative of wanting to be the mama bear or papa bear or provider of the home or protector of the home, because Cancer is the home part of the survival equation. Gemini is the neighborhood a part of the equation. Taurus, like I said, is the worthiness or the money part of the equation. And Aries is self. Aries is self-identity. And I have to literally be the best, be number one to soar. To survive. I'm having issues talking. I'm not going to edit that out. Okay, next is the social stage. So the social stage is Leo. Leo is fire. Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. So Leo is the fire social, right? So Leo wants to be in the spotlight. Leo is like, I'm out there on the stage at the party and I am number one, but the party zone, right? So we're kind of bringing that fiery energy, but now it's to the party. Now we're the entertainer. Now we're on the stage, right? We're also the social connector, right? So it's all about pure, fiery, social love, my friends. And so Leo also represents romance too, or the inner child. The inner child is, creative expression. Now, after Leo, we have Virgo. Virgo is the earth social. So Virgo usually socializes by working all of the time. Virgos need to work, and be of service. So another way that Virgos can socialize and connect to the social, landscape, if you will, is they're going to go to maybe their local neighborhood to serve, or maybe their local church, right? Virgo needs to be doing something in a service service mentality, a working mentality, or it needs to be fixing a problem, fixing a solution, going out into the world and saying who needs a problem fixed, right? They're the fixers too. So they're always trying to find the problems, but they need that social connection. They need that social way to do it. And then we have Libra. Libra is the social air sign, right? So Libra is the balancer. Libra is always wanting to make sure that they're doing everything they can, using their diplomatic words to kind of keep the peace, to kind of balance everything out, to create harmony, right? And they're going to do that through their ideas. And usually Libras are very indecisive because they see both sides. They see both sides of the idea. So like, remember, they're socially trying to through words, using the power of their words to bring social balance, social calm, social peace, right? And sometimes they'll be socializing and being so diplomatic that maybe they're not 100% telling the truth, right? So that can happen too, but Libras are really wanting to bring the harmony. And last but not least, we have Scorpio. Scorpio is the water social. So Scorpio is all about the lover and the intimacy, right? They always say Scorpio is the most sexual sign of the zodiac, right? Because it's water and it's social energy. And last but not least, we have the spiritual stage of astrology. So we have Sagittarius, Capricorn, and we have Aquarius and Pisces. So Sagittarius is the storyteller of the zodiac, whereas Aries was like charging through and they were number one, and Leo was on the stage singing the song because they want to be in the spotlight, right? Sagittarius is like, I am just going to talk a lot about the journey, the epic spiritual mission, right? And I'm a Sagittarius. So it's all about the mission. It's literally, they are loud and proud and extroverted and out there on the adventure, but they're doing it from that sole purpose of more of a spiritual meaning, right? Whereas Capricorn is like, no, we're going to build the empire. We're going to build the business. They are the entrepreneur, if you will, of the zodiac, or, the top-notch career woman or man, because Capricorn, again, they want to be practical. It's earth energy. They practically want to be spiritual. So they want to create something or invent something that is going to change the world. They want to create the next best system, the organizing system or efficiency model to change the world and change the game. And then we have Aquarius, kind of similar. They want to innovate, right? But everything they're doing in a spiritual perspective is in the mind. So it's the innovative ideas. Aquarius have a million ideas because it's about that spiritual, meaningful, mental idea, right? Or maybe it's going out into the community and really being friendly and connecting with people, right? Connecting with people, but for the purposes of creating that bigger, meaningful community. And last but not least, we have Pisces. Pisces is the water of the spiritual stage. And so Pisces is the healer. Pisces wants to heal the soul, right? It's emotional energy for the purposes of a spiritual cleansing, a transcending, if you will, of the physical body. I hope you enjoyed this video. This will hopefully help you understand each sign way better using the stages of astrology. Now, make sure to go down below and work with me. Sign up for Destiny Vibes Coaching. We are going to dive deep into your birth chart, your love letter from God, and we're going to use my system, and you're going to learn it the right way, and it is going to be powerful. I'm going to send you this really in-depth video of your beautiful hero's journey roadmap in the sky and the day you were born. And then we're going to work together for 2 to 3 weeks using voice memo support. So I'm going to be in your pocket, unlimited voice memo support to not only understand this beautiful hero's journey movie script, but to do some coaching so we can heal your life. Stay tuned for more teachings on how to understand the themes in the next couple of weeks. We're going to talk about the elements and we're going to talk about the qualities. So tune in next week and make sure to subscribe.